So, shall we? Can you listen? Okay. Sorry. Okay. For today's timing of class, you know, had a class for lower semester, and then there will be our colleagues also doing classes. So, hmm, okay. And yes, one more thing. So, as you don't seem to have enough laptops among yourselves, so but DAP is better done rather than heard. The course is much more interesting when you do things. Hmm? So that's why I would suggest. Uh, I heard how many laptops among you. So if at all, I remember it was some six students had raised hand that they have laptop. Hmm? Six or seven students. Okay. So as per Sohail sir, you know, asked him. He also told that he might have asked you, right? Hmm? So what I would suggest is, depending on the number of laptops you have, let me make batch among you. Three students, one batch. Okay. And we want each batch to have one laptop. Okay. Each batch to have one laptop. Okay. Such batches will make, and I will give you some tiny, very tiny exercises. Okay. Based on whatever you have studied, based on whatever you have studied till now. So once you are done with your exercises, you may present it here in the class. Okay, in the classes to come. Any disturbance in my voice, by the way? Some wind blowing here. Yeah. Can you listen to me, by the way? Somebody please ping. Hmm? You can listen, right? Okay, thank you. Hmm? Okay, so yeah. Hmm? So what I'm suggesting is, please, you can form also, or I will intervene and I have to do this. Hmm? So we need, as I told you, seven batches among you people, and the number of students. I would feel uh, three in a batch with one laptop in a batch, something like that. You form batches among yourself, so that I will give you some tasks, and you people can have a conversation among yourselves, okay, through Zoom meetings, and be a part of this creative process. Okay. Is that okay? Huh? So that I will give you some very very small tasks, and you can try things out on your own. It will be a sort of interesting. Okay. Okay then. So now let us continue. Hmm? So you can see my screen, right? So yesterday we were discussing the kind of filters that we can have. Okay, kind of filters that we can have, and which are the kind of filters that we can have. One is the linear filters like the Gaussian or the Butterworth or even your averaging filter, and another one is rank order filters like this median filters. So you can explore MATLAB, and there are filters which will let you sort them in an ascending order. Then they will let you specifically pick the rank. Median is the center. You can pick the last one, or you can pick the first one. If at all you pick the maximum intensity, it will be a max filter, or it can be minimum filter, which will pick the least of the assorted intensities. So that center, and the application for that, by the way, is this particular picture, where if at all you simply average them, the entire image will become shady, rather lose most of the information, or maybe you can go for this kind of filters. So median filters are very very become very very important for this impulsive noise. Okay. So module 3 is a very module 4, I think, is a chapter dedicated especially for a noise. Okay, there we'll understand once again what's the deal with this impulse noise. Okay, so whenever specifically there is impulse noise, you would go for these kind of order statistics, the non-linear filters. Okay. So here was an example which justified the use of median filter. Okay. So as you can see, for this particular IC here, the terminals had this white dots and they were in danger because of the neighborhood and the averaging process, and even these ones here. Okay. So they were about to be washed up if at all you had gone for averaging filter. A 3 cross 3 was doing bad. A 5 cross 5 would have done worse, because as and when your mark size becomes larger than the terminals, they are in danger of getting washed out. So it author suggested a better filter and it worked fine. Okay. So that was about the filtering operations. One was averaging filter, linear ones, and also then order statistic filters. Now let us see what other things we can use. Okay. So those filters we studied under the heading smoothing filters. Now let us study sharpening filters. Okay. So what is sharpening, by the way? So sharpening doesn't mean it's a sharpening is a word rather in English, right? The image looks much sharper. When they say image looks sharper, actually we are telling that it is highlighting the transition in intensity. Okay. Sharpening is all about highlighting the transition in intensity. Does it actually happen or it gives an impression of that? Okay. Depends. As I told you, image processing, it's all about improving the perception. So what can we use, by the way, to highlight the transition? What tools can we, what mathematical tools can we use to highlight the transitions? Okay. So you remember, so a transition means where there will be sudden change, where you want to pick the differences. So differences, picking the differences, that means there has to be some element of a differentiation there, right? There has to be some element of differentiation there. And yes, you are thinking it right. So what is it? The derivatives. Okay. So usually you might remember, right, to pick the maxima and minima, right? The maximum point, you remember in your mathematics, you did this thing, first order differentiation, second order differentiation. That's what we will use here. Okay. So first order differentiation, first order derivative, as they call it. Okay. So for images comes in pixels, right? There are pixels horizontally. And then there are pixels. The variation happens, since it is two-dimensional data, the variation happens either horizontally or vertically. That is why for any f which is going to contain an x comma y, some value horizontal and some value vertical, you have to take into consideration the changes in the horizontal axis, where you try to pick the change with respect to x-axis, and you may want to pick the change with respect to the y-axis also. That is why you can see this is a partial differentiation, dou f, not df. Okay. So this one here, differentiation, you can see it is with respect to only the x-axis. So similarly, I do this thing with respect to y-axis, then it will be dou f divided by dou y. That is f of y plus 1 minus f of y. Similarly, the double differentiation, right? The second derivative takes into consideration f of x plus 1. Plus 1 becomes, what happens now for the same thing? Once again, this entire expression differentiated. So here it makes a reference to the next value and the value previous to the current value, and then the current value. Okay. Got this particular thing? Got this particular thing? That is why the second differentiation here, you can see, is making a reference to 3 pixels in the row. Okay. It is making reference to the current pixel, f of x, the pixel in front, and the pixel backwards. Okay. Horizontally. Now, whatever we did here, this is a two-dimensional thing. So it's going to have, for images, it should be done vertically also over y-axis also. Let us continue. Let us continue and see. Yeah, there. Okay. Author here likes to draw a parallel between one-dimensional data, and then the same thing he will translate to two-dimensional images also. Okay. So here you can see there is no change in intensity. Okay. So this is intensity. A scan line is referring to a line. You can see here 6, 6, 6, 6. So what is image sharpening? It's all about highlighting the transitions. Okay. Where are the transitions, by the way? Here you can see this is a smooth transition. Okay, there is a ramp. Okay, this is not yeah. So you can see intensity is changing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then this is constant. Okay, then this is constant. Okay, then this is constant. Okay, then this is constant. Then after there is a sudden change from 1 to 6. Okay, there is a sudden change, and then again there is no change. Okay, so a single differentiation. First derivative, if at all you take, you can see this uh, transition, the changes have been picked here. Okay, 6 minus 6, 6 minus 6, 6 minus 6, 6 minus, sorry, next pixel minus pixel minus the previous pixel. Okay, 5 minus 6 minus 1, 4 minus 5 minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, then zeros. Okay, we know here differentiation of a constant 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, no change, 0, all constants 0, then there is sudden change, so a 5. So first derivative is picking some changes. So you can see first derivative here, next pixel minus current pixel is picking some values. Second derivative is even more interesting. You can see for second derivative, one change is indicated by presence of a value. Hmm? The sudden change here, no change, no change, then the sudden change is indicated by two values, one on the positive side, one on the negative side. So sometimes first derivative here may not have that much impact. Here you can see did not have that much of an impact, but a double differentiation tends to highlight the changes. Sudden changes seem to be highlighted more by the double differentiation. We will be using both. We will be using first derivative also, and we will be using second derivative also, depending on our requirement. Okay. First, what we will see the double differentiation or the second derivative. Then we will come to first derivative. Each comes with its own advantages. Each comes with its own advantages. It's not that the first order derivatives are not that much useful also. Depends on your requirements. Are you listening to me? Okay. Now, yes. Okay. So now this is the time. So everybody type in a hi. Everybody just ping a hi. Okay, we'll do this our exercise. Suddenly new entry came. I don't know. Okay, okay, thank you. Everybody just type in hi. Huh? Okay, so did you got this particular thing? We are talking image sharpening, and we want to do highlight the image sharpening. And which tool did we use? I think differentiation, the derivation. Sorry, seems to be the tool. First derivative, single differentiation, and second derivative, double differentiation. Let us go to the next slide. There, let's go to next slide. Okay, so this particular filters, as I told you, can be isotropic filters. Filters can be non-isotropic filters. Okay, what is isotropic? If at all you rotate it, then it gives the same value. That means it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you apply the differentiation horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. It's going to give you the same result. Okay, so the more the isotropic filters, will be highlighted when you see non-isotropic filters also. That's why let's not get into this. But anyway, let us see differentiation now applied to images. So Laplacian is the word that is used for double differentiation. Okay, Laplacian is the word. You might have seen this particular triangle set somewhere in FT. So here, okay, the subject is, we can now visualize. Laplacian is the word. Okay, isotropic derivation operator, double derivative, I would say. Okay, so what does it do? It does double differentiation on x-axis, double differentiation on y-axis, both the things taken into consideration. So in x direction, how did you arrive here? Let us go back to the previous slide. Let us go back to the previous slide. Let us go back to the previous slide. And if at all the expressions do not convince you much, okay, how did you get this current value and the previous value? If at all expressions don't convince us much, then at least this numerical example will. As you can see, for first derivatives of current pixel minus previous, current pixel minus previous, current pixel minus previous, right? 6 minus 6, 6 minus 6, 5 minus 6 minus 1, and so on. So Then we went for the second derivative. That was again current pixel minus previous pixel of the first derivative. That is where the formula. Okay. Now you can see for this particular 5 minus 5, it is this minus this minus 3. All is are related. That is how the formula has been derived. Makes sense, right? We also agree with the formula. And then you see next pixel applied only horizontal. You can see y here has not changed because this is differentiation in the horizontal plane, the x-axis. F of x plus 1 minus y, f minus 1 minus y, minus 2 f of x comma y. You observe the weights here. Okay, you observe the weights here. This is 1, this is 1, this one here is a 2. Same thing applied vertically also. So when you do the Laplacian, which is adding both of them, when you do the Laplacian, which is adding both of them, each here unique value, this value, plus this value, plus this value, plus this value, minus 2 plus 2. So there you have it. 2 plus 2, there you have it. So now there is a reference being made. Now there is a reference being made. As you can see, what do we have usually? What do we have usually? Value in the center. This is the pixel in consideration. This is the pixel in consideration. Comes with the minus 4. Then all the values, the value pixel on the top, pixel on the, sorry, pixel on the left, right, pixel on the left, pixel on in the bottom, pixel in the top. They all seem to have a weight of 1. That is why 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, got it. So that's our Laplacian mask. Okay, that is our Laplacian mask. Okay, so here, here you can see 1, 1, 1, 1, and at the center we got this minus 4. I hope you know how did we get this particular thing. Similarly, need not be positive, need not be positive. That's what we derived. If at all you take the diagonal elements also into consideration, diagonal elements also if we take into consideration, we have a minus 8 in the center. Why minus 8? All of them shall add to 0. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 4. 0. Okay. Similarly, since you take diagonal element into consideration, you got ones on all the sides. And then at the center, you get a minus 8. Diagonal values have to be considered. Okay. Author says the images are isotropic. Okay. The images are isotropic. This filtering is isotropic. Even if you rotate them by 3 hours 45 degrees, then they still retain their shape. Okay, they still retain the shape. See, even this one. Okay, you rotate them here by 45 degrees by 3 hours, they still retain their shape. Okay, that is the meaning of isotropic. So they come with which all the terms used, mass used for, okay, some of them are okay, this one is here isotropic for increments of 90 degrees. You have to draw them till here. This have to be moved by 3 hours. This one, fine. Even if you just move it here, they're still isotropic. Okay, got this one. And these are negative definitions, by the way. Here they were additive. Here they are subtractive. Remember the mass. Remember the mass. Okay. So what do we do this? So as I told you, image processing, when you say filtering, just by filtering, you don't get the result. You should know how to use them properly. Got this particular thing? Let me repeat once again. It was all about, what is it? Sharpening filters. It's all about highlighting the edges. We are just one step closer. Okay. So now we got the definition of a Laplacian. Now let us learn how to use it. Now let us learn how to use it properly. Okay. There we have the mask. The masks are ready. Laplacian mask, what we call it. And how to use it, by the way. Here is an image. Here is an image. This one here is a Laplacian. This one here is a Laplacian. You can also scale it. You can also scale it. The way we use it, the way we use it is, the idea is, if at all we take the original blurred image, okay, the idea of sharpening is, if at all we take the original blurred image, then we take the Laplacian, whichever is fine. We take the Laplacian, make the image dull, make the image more blur, then simply add the Laplacian. Okay, then the impression will be created as if the edges are enhanced. Okay, and the image for some reason it's going to look much sharper. Okay, got this thing? Not so convinced, right? Okay, you take the image, simply filter it user using a averaging filter or a Gaussian filter. Then what you do, take the Laplacian, take the Laplacian, scale it by certain constant and add it. Okay, it's going to give you an impression as if the image is sharpened. Okay, as if the image is sharpened. The constant has been given. Okay, the constant has been given. Based on that, there are two terms author seems to mention. Okay, there is two terms. One is called as unsharp masking, depending on the value of k what you intend, the quantity by which you intend to scale. One is unsharp mask, another one is high boost filtering. Okay, unsharp masking. Yes, you are also confused. You are also confused. But let me go to MATLAB quickly after doing this particular. So there is an original image. There are transitions. Okay, then what you will do, what is the first task? You blur the image. You blur the image, then afterwards pick the Laplacian. When you pick the Laplacian, what's going, this is filtering. Okay, this is my Gaussian filter or averaging filter. Gaussian or averaging filter. Then from original image or from the blurred image, you pick the Laplacian. We saw the double differentiation. It picked the edges, enhanced the edges. Remember 5 and minus 5. Enhanced edges. Then simply add this two, this plus this. What's going to happen is, here you get, see, there you end up getting enhanced, and this particular image is going to give an impression as if the entire thing is enhanced. Okay, so depending on the value, it can be either unsharp masking or high boost filtering. Nothing is understood, right? I confuse you more. Now, without wasting much time, let us go to MATLAB. Let us go to MATLAB. Okay, give me some time. Give me some time now. I'm just keeping it blank here. Give me some time. Wait a second. So, blank is intentional. Give me some time. Let me open MATLAB. Okay, let me open MATLAB. Let me open MATLAB. Okay, and let me take some decent image. Decent image. Okay. 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 Yeah, Vinod. Hi. Now I will go to MATLAB. I have come to MATLAB. Okay. Now, can you see my MATLAB screen? Can you see my MATLAB screen? Somebody ping. Can you see my MATLAB screen? New share MATLAB. I hope it's there. Somebody please. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now, now, now. Okay. 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 There. There. Let me read an image. Okay. Let me read an image. Image is that of Lena. It's a standard image. Do not get offended or something. Okay. It's a standard image. Justifies better. Okay. And yeah. There I am reading the image, and let me show you image. How does it look like? Okay. That there. Okay. So new share there. Okay. That's an image. Okay, that's an image. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, there is the image. Color images are better than better. Okay, there is the image. Now let me go to. Now let me. Okay, yes, fine. Okay, now let me go to the MATLAB interface once again. New share. Let me go to MATLAB interface. Let me get some, uh, filters there. So what was the task, by the way? What should I do? First, I should do some sort of averaging filter. Either averaging filter will do or Gaussian filter do. So I have taken this mask here of 9 cross 9. Okay, rather larger one I have taken. And here this will generate me a 9 cross 9 mask of an average filter. Okay, then I will filter the original image. Okay, remember the name I would like to give that particular filter is IB. Okay, initial blurred image. Okay, I will simply blur the image. Smoothen I will call it, but rather I will call it as blurring. Okay, because larger size I have taken. Okay, let me do that here. Here, let me blur the image. Okay, there by a 9 cross 9. I will display show the image also to you. So here, this one here is the blurred image. Can you see the image? The blurred one now. The original image is here. On one side you have the original image, and then on the other side you also have the blurred image. Can you see it? Yes, somebody. Okay. Now I will share the screen in a while. Okay. Now you know our first task is over. The image has been blurred. Now what we do is now let me go to MATLAB. Let me go to MATLAB. Now let me get a Laplacian. Everybody watching the screen, isn't this the mask which I had shown you? 1111 minus 8 in the center. Minus 8 in the center. This is one of the masks. I have taken diagonal one. Okay, I have taken one of the diagonal masks with minus 8 in the center. Okay, it is one of the Laplacian mask that I have taken, and with this particular mask I will simply filter my image, and let me show you what's going to happen. Okay, this is the third thing that we are supposed to do. Let me simply filter the image. I will show you now. Filter the image with Laplacian mask. Now here is my filtered image. Okay, now can you see the image? So can you sense what is happening here? The edges of the hat, then the wall in the corner, and then the hair. Can you see what is happening here? The edges are being highlighted. So since this is a colored image, it is happening in all the domains for the red, green, and blue. Can you sense it? So we have the blurred image, okay, and we also have the Laplacian. Now let us have our try at sharpening the image and see what's going to happen. Okay, now let us try to sharpen the image and see what will happen. Okay, now here we are. So what is that formula once again? There it is, the formula. Okay, where? Here. So as I told you, C equal to plus 1 was an option, C is equal to minus 1 option. The blurred image, here is the blurred image, IB, image blurred, and this one is my Laplacian. I have intensified it with a minus 1, and I have added, or plus 1 I have subtracted, whatever I can say. Okay, shall we see what will happen? Let me simply run the bit, and there you go. Figure which one? Yeah, there. Now see what is happening. Now image is blurred. For some reason we feel that this image is sharpened. Okay, for some reason we feel that this image is somewhat sharpened. You can see the edges are enhanced. Okay, you can see the edges are enhanced, right? The changes have been enhanced, right? Okay, now let me share the screen with you. Can you sense the change there? Can you sense the change? Now let me share my screen with you. And let me show you what just happened. We started with the original image. Can you see my screen now? Now see there, compared to the image on the left side, can you see my screen now? Somebody put time, right? People are quitting. Okay. Okay. Can you see the screen? What is happening? This is the original one. This is the crisp one. I would say the sharpened one. Can you sense the change of the sharpness? You can see the eyelids. There. This hat, you can see this one, right? You can see the image gives an impact of impression of that the entire image has been sharpened. Can you hmm? Can you sense it? Yeah, that's that. Okay, now what other things can we do? Let me close this annotation thing. So what was the process, by the way? What was the process? Where is my toolbar? I'm just okay, okay, wait a second. Yeah, yeah, anybody? Yeah. Hmm. Okay, yes. Annotation, let me close this thing. Let me access. I'm unable to access my toolbar. Okay, so what other options? So here you can see IM filter plus this is also one more option. Let me just execute this. And let me just IM filter. Wait a second. I am sure I okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Be there. Hmm. So uh, new share my screen. Yeah, share. Hmm. Be there. There you have it. You can see, not this one, sorry. This is one more attempt. This is one more attempt. Okay. You can change the, can you see the screen now? You can change the constants. You can change the constants there and try to have, different versions of your own. Okay. Try to have different versions of your own. So what happened? What just happened? We started with the original image. Then afterwards, we blurred the image. Can you see my screen now? We started with the original image, then we blurred the image. Okay, 9 cross 9 I overdid it just for to enhance, the change. Then we took the Laplacian. Then we took the Laplacian. What just happened? Move this window away from the shared application. Oh God, what is it? Then we took the Laplacian. And finally, can you sense, can you share my screen, by the way? I'm sharing my screen, or what's happening? Now, okay. We took the original image. Then afterwards, we blurred it. Then we took the Laplacian. And finally, there we have the sharpened image. This is another one where I, just change the constant value. Okay. That's that. That's that. That was about using Laplacian. That was about using Laplacian. Okay. So new share. Let me go back. Let me go back. Okay. So there. Okay. So let us stop here today. So tomorrow, what I will do is I will tell you what can we do with the first order operator. So Laplace was the second order operator. Okay. Laplacian, there is Laplacian, then there is a term gradient. Gradient is the first order operator. It's not so, it is not a isotropic, right? That was the word used, right? So here numbers change. Even with 2 cross 2, you can do several things. Okay. So next class we will complete this particular topic, and then afterwards I will try to sort out what sort of exercise can be given to you all, so that you can have some hands-on experience. Then we'll stop for a while. Okay, I will give you time, and maybe you can try out things on your own. Okay. So as I told you, as I have come to know that there are 7 laptops, so I want 3 in a batch. 3 students in a batch. 1 laptop should be there in a single batch. We will try to give you some fun tasks. Okay. Which may be, which will arouse more interest in the subject maybe. Okay. So thanks for joining. Sorry for dragging this till your food time. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Anything, any queries? Hmm? Any issues you had faced? Have you come across any tool? By the way, Shishil sir once again told that today is the last date in case you want to enroll. So it will be fun if at all you can do some image processing with Python. I don't know why it is fun. Uh, I don't know. I'm just trying to promote my subject anyway. Okay then. Uh, let me stop here. Okay. Thanks for joining. Bye. I am still there. Oh God, please don't do